All right, welcome bowling fans. We got another afternoon of high school bowling coming to you from River City Bowlaway in Napoleon, Ohio, where your Napoleon Wildcats are taking on the Generals of Anthony Wayne. I'm sorry, this is Springfield. Never mind. Springfield. Don't know why I had Anthony Wayne on the brain. All right, so quick rundown here. Looking at the standings on hsbowl.com. So we have Napoleon boys leading the league with a conference record of 4-1. That one loss coming against Fremont Ross. The team is averaging 194.5. Their Baker average is 193.1. Second place, we've got a tie between Bowling Green and Fremont Ross. Then Springfield is in third with a record of 3-2. Whitmer also with 3-2. Perrysburg at 3-3. Anthony Wayne 3-4. Clay at 2-5, and Findlay at 1-6. Then we look over at the girls' side. We've got Napoleon girls leading 5-0 in the league, averaging 178.3 as a team. Baker average of 169.7. We've got a tie for second, Springfield and Bowling Green with 4-1 records. And then Whitmer at 4-2. Findlay at 4-3. Fremont Ross 3-3. And then Perrysburg and Clay at 1-5. And Anthony Wayne at 1-6. All right, Christian got 8 on his first ball in lane number 3. Spare attempt upcoming. And he picks it up. Strike for Slade down on lane number 1. Springfield picks up 9 on lane number 2, leaving the 6-pin. Andrew up now on lane number 3 for Napoleon. Andrew splits the pocket, ball 10 back for the strike.
Andrew, food at the snack bar.
Springfield, spare attempt, picks it up. Springfield, a spare attempt on lane 4, picks that up. Hunter up now for his first frame, and he gets 9, leaves the 7-pin. Christian up now, right lane, lane number 4 for him. And a strike for Christian. Springfield gets 2, or I'm sorry, it leaves 2, gets 8 down on lane 2, leaving the 1-2.
Wilhelm fries at the snack bar.
Springfield with a strike on lane number 1. Springfield goes left of the head pin on lane 3, leaves the 5-9. Andrew up now, lane number 4. And he gets 9, leaves the 10-pin standing. Fox coming up for his second frame. He got a strike on his first ball. Fox goes high, picks up 9, leaves the 3-pin. If I can get somebody in the chat to give me a thumbs up or a shout out, let me know you guys can hear me all right. Andrew now, spare attempt on lane number 4. Takes aim at the 10-pin, gives it a nudge, picks up his spare. Fox now, spare attempt. He's got it. Hunter comes in light, ends up leaving the 2, 4, 8, and 10. Pickup of 6. Springfield picks up their spare on lane number 3. Slade up now, lane 2 for Napoleon. And he picks up 9, leaves the 2 pins standing. Fox back up on lane number 1. And all 10 go down for Fox. There's another strike for him. Spare from Slade here in lane 2. Picks that up. Hunter had picked up 2 out of the 4 on his second ball a moment ago.
Fries at the
So an
snake
8
bar.
count total in the second frame for him. Springfield converts their spare on lane number 3. Springfield's left-hander picks up a strike on lane number 2. And Slade drops all 10 for a strike on lane number 1. And Christian does the same on lane number 3. So a strike for Christian. Springfield, a strike on lane number 2. Brings up Andrew now on lane number 3. And Andrew picks up 9, leaves the 4 pin it looks like. Strike for Springfield down on lane number 1. Strike for Springfield on lane number 2 as well.
Cameron food at the snack bar.
Andrew now, spare attempt. Picks it up. Fox up now, lane number 2. Swings that one a little too far outside. Ends up in the gutter. Hunter picks up 9, leaves a 10 pin standing on lane 3. Springfield with a strike in on lane number 1. And Christian splits, leaving the 2, 8, 10 on lane 4. Hunter picks up his spare. Fox now second ball, lane number 2. And he picks up 8, so he'll get 8 for the frame. Springfield drops all 10 for a strike on lane number 1. Christian now, spare attempt, trying to get at least 2 here, and that's what he does. That 2, 8, 10, that's a tough one to pick up. You've got to be able to hit the two pins straight enough to drive it back into the 8, and then still get a little bit of luck to drive one of those pins right and take out the 10 pin. All right, Andrew up now, lane number 4. And a strike for Andrew. And a spare conversion by Springfield on lane 3. And Slade drops all 10 for a strike. That's a double up for him. Still looking for confirmation in the chat that you guys can hear me. Hunter picks up 7 on lane 4. Looks like 3, 6, 10 left. strike for Fox down on lane 1. Christian up now, lane number 3. And he gets it a strike off after that open frame, the last frame. And another strike for Slade, now 3 in a row. Spare attempt from Hunter here. Picks it up, nicely done. That's a tough, or that's can get a little tricky sometimes. Looks simple, but it's very easy to go a little high or a little low and end up chopping that. Hunter makes it look easy. All right, we'll switch over to the girls' match. All right, we've got Ariana Kiesling up, lane 3, looking to pick up a 10-pin here. And she's got it. We've got Brenna down on lane 8, picks up the 4-7 for her spare. And this looks like Macy Eicher on lane 7, getting ready for her first ball. And she gets 9, leaves a 7-pin.
Cheeseburger at the snack bar.
All right, looks like we had an internet issue there. I'll keep an eye on it. Hopefully it stays up here. Kendall picks up 9 on her first ball on lane number 6. Brenna spare attempt, lane number 7. Picks it up. All right, Macy, spare attempt, lane number 8. Picks that up. Ariana up, lane number 6 now. And 9 count for her, leaving the 7-pin. And Alexa Miller with a strike on lane number 8. All right, Brenna picks up 6 on her first ball over on lane number 8. Brenna now, spare attempt. And a nice pickup there by Brenna. All right, again, we had a kind of a momentary lapse in our internet connection here. Not quite sure what was going on, but hopefully it doesn't come back. Macy picks up 7 on her first ball, leaves the 2-4-5. Macy now, spare attempt on lane 7. And she chops, picks up 1 more for a total of 8. All right, Alexa Miller up. Spare attempt here, lane number 7. Picks it up. Ari picks up her spare on lane number 5. Brenna now, lane number 7. And she picks up 9, leaves a 7 pin. Macy picks up 9, leaves the 10 pin on lane number 8. Macy picks up her spare, lane number 8. All right, we'll switch back to the boys. All right, we've got Fox up on lane number 1. And he picks up 9, looks like a 9 pin left. Springfield with a strike on lane number 2. Fox now, spare attempt. Picks it up. Hunter with a strike just a moment ago. That would have been on lane 4. Christian had a strike on lane number 3. Andrew coming up now on lane 3. Slade coming up on lane 1. Slade with a strike there. I see at least 3 in a row there on the board for him. Andrew now, lane number 3, and a strike for Andrew. Fox now, lane number 2, comes in light, pickup of 7, leaving the 1-2-8. Hunter goes high on that one, gets 9 of them to fall, leaves the 3-pin. Thought maybe the 6 was going to fall into the 3, but it didn't quite do it. And Hunter picks up his spare in lane 3. So it looks like Fox finished up with 169. This first Springfield bowler with a 172. Christian with 9 on his first ball in the 10th frame. He's on lane 4. Slade getting started with his 10th frame, picks up 8. Christian picks up his spare, he'll get 1 more. Springfield picks up their spare down on lane 1. He'll get 1 more in the 10th. And Springfield misses their spare opportunity. So their 4th bowler finishes with a 150 game.
Phil, mushrooms at the snack bar.
Andrew up now, working on a strike in the 9th frame on lane 4. Slade finished with a game of 223. Good game, Slade. Springfield's 2nd bowler finished with a 156. Andrew picked up 8 on his first ball. Springfield picks up 1 out of 2. So their last bowler finishes with a 191 for Springfield. Christian finished with a 172. Andrew looking at a big split here, picks up 1. So he'll finish with a and And Springfield's third bowler finishes up with a 205. That leaves Hunter. He gets started with a 9 count, leaving a 4-pin. Hunter now, spare attempt in the 10th. He'll get one more. All right, last ball for Hunter here. And a strike for Hunter. So he'll finish with a game of 186. All right, we'll switch over to the girls' match. They're in the 10th frame. So Kendall Horner, I believe, was the first bowler. Finished with a 185. Macy Eicher finished with a 123. 158 for Alexa. Brenna's working on her last frame. Springfield's fourth bowler finished with a 170. I'm sorry, 184 for Kendall. There was a scoring correction. Springfield picks up 9 on lane number 7 on her second ball in the 10th. Brenna split, got 8. Try to get one more here. And Brenna finishes with a 153. Ariana Kiesling started out with 5 on her first ball. Looks like the 1, 2, 4, 8, and 10. Springfield's fifth bowler finished with a 123. And she'll pick up 2 more. Sophia's bowling for Ariana. So 162. 135 for Springfield's third bowler. So unofficially, for the boys, I've got Napoleon at 966 to Springfield at 874. For the girls, I've got Napoleon at 780 and the Springfield girls with 717. 150, 139, 135, 170, 123 are the Springfield scores. 184, 162, 123, 158, 153. All right, give me a minute. We'll get these up on the board. All right, so we got those up, 966, 874, 780, 717. Switch over to the boys. Girls look like they're still writing down scores. Christian on lane 3 picks up 9, leaves the 9 pin. Spare attempt from Springfield down on lane 1, converts. Springfield picks up 9, leaves a 10 pin on lane 4. And missed spare opportunity for Springfield on lane 2, picks up 1 out of 3. Christian picks up his spare on lane 3. Another missed spare for Springfield on lane 4. All right, we've got Garrett Hall coming up for us on lane number 1 for Napoleon. And he starts out with 9. That's his second ball. He had an open frame in the first frame. Andrew picks up 8 on lane 3. Can't tell if it's a 3-6 or the 6-10. Might even be the 5-9. Now I'm looking at it, it might be the 5-9. Springfield with 9 on lane number 2. Strike for Springfield on lane number 4. Andrew picks up the spare there on lane number 3. Missed spare opportunity by Springfield on lane number 2. 9 count for Hunter on lane number 3. 9 count for Slade on lane 1. Leaving a, looks like a 4-pin maybe. Christian gets 9, leaves a 6-pin on lane 4. Hunter now, spare attempt, picks it up. Christian now, spare attempt, and he converts. Garrett with a strike on lane number 2. Springfield with a strike on lane number 1. And a strike for Slade on lane number 2. Andrew now up on lane number 4. Oh, and he splits, leaving the 2-8-10. Spare conversion for Springfield. Chops on lane 3, picks up 1 of 2. Andrew picks up 2 out of 3 on lane number 4 for a 9 count for him. Spare attempt from Springfield down on lane 1. Chops, picks up 2 out of 3. Hunter now, lane 4. And a 9 count for him, leaving a 10 pin. All right, we'll switch over to the girls. Lily up lane number 7. And she picks up 9. Spare attempt from Lily here, lane number 7. Picks it up. Sophia's up on lane number 7. She picks up 6. Macy up on lane number 8. And a strike. I'm sorry, that's Avery, not Macy. Avery Badenhop up on lane number 8 picks up the strike. Lily picks up 9, leaves a 10 pin on lane 8.
Joe Chicken Stick is at the snack bar.
And Sophia converts the spare on lane number 7. Nice shot from her. Kendall with a strike on lane number 6. All right, we're going to have Tony step in and call the match here for a little bit. I'm going to see if I can figure out what's going on with the internet here.
Chris is doing some technical stuff for us, so I'm going to commentate for a minute. Harry just misses a 10-pin spare there. We got Sophie up. Looks like she got 6 on her first ball. She's going for a spare here on lane 8, and she gets it. Looks like Springfield here on lane 7's got the 6, 7, 10. Drops it just a little too far outside there. Kendall up here on lane 5. Goes a little heavy straight through the head pin there. She gets 8. Leaves the 4, 7. Springfield a little light on her shot on lane 6. She gets 8. There's Avery Badenhop now on lane 7. She gets a strike. Good ball by her. Springfield bowler on lane 8, a little heavy with her shot. Kendall picks up the spare on lane 5. Got Lily light here on lane 7. There's just a tad light on that shot. Gets some help there though, and she gets 9, leaves the 7 pin behind. The spare pickup for Springfield on lane 6. Here's Ariana now. Nice looking shot by her. She sends them all to the back. near miss there by Lily. Brings up Sophie here on lane 7. Gonna go Brooklyn. Gets a low near miss there. So pin wiggled enough there, it counted as a strike, so we gotta reset some pins here. She got 9 on that. So strike for Springfield girls there on lane 5. And then a 3 spare on lane 8 for Springfield. Got a 9 count there. Sophie looking to pick up her spare. Misses on the inside. Got Avery now on lane 8. Like she's gonna go Brooklyn. She gets them all to fall though. Spare pickup for Springfield on lane 6. Brings up Kendall. Got Lily over here on lane 8, and she gets another strike. Another strike by Springfield on lane 7. Nice looking shot by Kendall there for a strike. Sophie goes Brooklyn again, but she gets a strike. Springfield's got the 4, 6, 7, 10 split over on lane 5. Brings up Ariana here. Springfield got 2 out of the 4. A little heavy on her shot. Sends the 2 pin over to almost in the 5 spot. Oh, that was a 4 pin, I guess. Baden hop here on lane 7. It's a nice looking shot by Avery there. Got 9, leaves the 10 pin, working on 3 in a row. Ball hangs on for Avery. She picks that spare up. Got airy shot here. Good cover by her. Missed spare opportunity for Springfield over on lane 8. She had a sleeper pin back there. Brings up Kendall on 5 and Lily Light on lane 7. Nice looking shot by Lily for a strike. And that's a strike for Kendall. Springfield bowler on lane 6, a little light on her shot. She got 6. Is the 1, 2, 4, 10. Got Sophie here. Airy with a solid 10 pin. Sophie with a nice looking shot. She gets them all to fall. Springfield gets 3 out of the 4 for her. Airy with a near miss on the 10 pin there. It's a strike for Springfield on lane 7, brings up Avery on lane 8 here. Another nice shot for her. She gets a strike. So strike for Springfield girls on lane 6. Another good shot by Lily. She gets 9, leaves the 10 pin. Springfield bowler a little light on that shot, leaves 4, leaves the 1, 2, 4, 10. Springfield leaves the 1, 3, 5 on lane 6. Nice looking strike by Springfield on lane 5 there. Lily picked up her spare, brings up Sophie. Decent looking shot there. She gets 9, leaves that 6 pin. Avery Badenhop here. She's going to go Brooklyn, but gets another strike. Kendall just a tad heavy on that shot, got 9. Sophie picks up her spare. I got Lily here on lane 7. Another nice shot by her for another strike. Spare is good. Sophie a little heavy with that shot. She gets 8. Leaves the 4, 7. Brings up Airy on lane 6. A little light with that shot. She got 8. So just misses a spare there on the inside. Brings up Avery again on lane 8. Nice looking shot by her for another strike. It's 3 in a row for her. near miss spare again. They're on lane 8 or 6. I'm sorry. Springfield a little heavy on that shot, but gets 9, leaves the 10 pin. Lily Light, a little light on that shot. She leaves the bucket. Strike for Ari on lane 5. Kendall had a strike as well. As Lily picks up her spare, brings up Sophie now. Good 10 pickup there by Springfield on lane 7. Near miss spare there by Springfield on lane 6. Good looking shot by Sophie. Ooh. She gets a solid 7 pin standing. Gonna switch on over to the boys here. Got Hunter finishing out the game there on the 10th. He finishes with a 223. Apologize, don't know who was all bowling over there, but we have third bowler with a 188, N4 with a 197, and Hunter finished with a 223. At Garrett Hall on N1 finishes with a 180. Got Slade McCorkle here bringing up the 10th. First ball on the way. Slade with another strike there to start out the 10th frame. Looks like everybody else is done. Ball on the way, looks good again. 9 count there for Slade. Avery finishes out with some strikes. She finishes her game with a 248. Nice job, Avery. Slade picks up his. He'll finish that game with a 216. All right, Napoleon boys finish that game with a 10:04, and Springfield boys with a 7:24. Flip back over the girls, finish out theirs. Lily came in light with hers, had 6. She leaves the 1, 2, 4, 10. And she gets 1 out of there, so she'll finish her game with a 179. Kendall spare on the way here. Just misses on the inside. We got Springfield 4 bowler finished with a 191. And Springfield 5 finished with a 136. Brings up Ariana here. 9 count there. Soph with a nice looking shot. She gets a strike. It's a good way to start out the 10th frame. Harry spares good. All right, so recap on the boys. We had Hunter Ehlers with a 223, Andrew Gallagher with a 197, Garrett Hall with a 180, Slade McCorkle with a 216, and then a substituted game with a 188. Soph's second ball on the way here. That's going to go Brooklyn. She gets 9. So if Sophie picks up this pin, she'll finish with a 175. Kendall starts out her 10th frame with a 7 count, leaving the 3, 5, 6. Kendall gets 1 out of the 2. She'll finish that game with a 174. And Sophie gets her spare, so she'll finish, like I said, with a 175. Ariana up now. Her first ball looked good. Almost got it with the messenger. She starts out with a 9. Boys are just starting their bakers over there. Luke started out with a 7, missed the spare by just a little bit. Springfield 1 finished out the 9th and 10th with a strike, and then 2 strikes in the 10th. And then looks like she must have sent it in the gutter. She finishes that game with a 162. Got Macy here, gonna wrap up this 10th frame here on lane 5. She picks up the spare there. Macy finishes that game with a little shot that comes in a little light. She gets 7. So the substitute game between Aerie and Macy will finish with a 160. Springfield 2 finishes her game with a 176. Got Garrett Hall now. Nice looking shot by him for a strike. Got Slade now. Another nice shot by him for a strike. That Springfield girl started out her 10th frame with a 3 count, looking to pick up a 7 spare. Luke now. Luke with a nice looking shot. He gets a strike. All right, Springfield 3. Bowler will finish that game with a 124. Jacob comes in a little light on his shot. He gets 8. It's like the 2-5. Jacob's spare attempt, good. Got Fox Taylor, his shot, he gets them all to the back.
All right, so I'm not quite sure what's going on with the internet. Thanks for Tony for taking over. I did start the recording, so if I watch this back and it gets too bad, we'll work on getting the recorded version uploaded. Something new that we're just starting, we're going to try and do split screen with the boys match, Baker match on the left and the girls on the right. So hopefully this works out. So we got Slade up in the 10th frame for Baker game number 1 for the boys. Working on 2 strikes in the 8th and 9th frames. And Slade picks up, looks like 6. Leaves the 1, 2. No, that's the 2, 4, 7, and 8, I believe. Springfield picks up 8. They're in the, looks like the 6th frame. And Slade will chop. He'll pick up 3 additional for 185. So Baker game number 1 for the boys, 185. And we've got Ari leading things off for the girls. Picks up 8, leaving the 2-8 on lane 8. Chop by the Springfield boys on lane 4, picking up 1 additional. They're sitting at 57 in the 6th. Springfield girls now, lane number 7. Starts out with, looks like 8, leaves the 3-9. Ariana Kiesling picks up her spare in lane 8. Springfield boys puts first ball into the left gutter to start the 7th frame. Springfield picks up their spare on the girls' side on lane number 7. Lily Light up for the girls now, lane number 8. And a strike for Lily. Or 8 count for the second ball for Springfield on lane number 4. You'll have to let me know in the chat if you guys like the side-by-side, the split screen. Springfield girls pick up 7 on their first ball, leaving the 1-3-6. Sophia Coors up for the ladies. And a strike for Sophia on lane number 8, so back-to-back strikes. 5 count for Springfield boys down on lane number 4. Springfield girls pick up their spare in lane number 7. Springfield boys spare attempt picks up 4 out of 5. Kendall Horner with a strike. That's 3 now in a row for the Lady Cats. Springfield boys with a strike in the 9th frame. 9 count for the Springfield girls. That's Avery. Avery Badenhop picks up 9, leaves the 10 pin on lane number 8. Springfield boys start out the 10th frame with a split, leaving the 310, a pickup of 8.
Deb, French fries at the snack bar.
And Springfield girls miss their spare opportunity. Avery now, spare opportunity. Lets that one get a little too far right on her. It ends up in the right gutter. So an open frame in the 6th. Girls are sitting at, that's the 5th, I think it is. 107 in the 5th. So Springfield boys finish with 102. All right, Lily got 9 and couldn't pick up the spare. And Springfield girls pick up 1 on their first ball. Sophia up now, lane number 8. That one goes right of the head pin. She picks up 7. All right, boys getting started with Baker game number 2. Springfield picks up a spare to start things off. Looks like Jacob Dinette in the number 2 spot. And a strike for Jacob after a spare by the first bowler for Napoleon. Sophia picks up her spare. Christian starts out with 7, leaving a split. Springfield girls also with a split. Looks like the 210 or the 410. Kendall Horner picks up 9, leaves a 7 pin. Springfield girls spare attempt and won't get any additional, so they're sitting at 102 in the 7th. Kendall gets that started a little too far left, so an open frame for the Lady Cats, sitting at 163 in the 9th on Baker game 1. Springfield girls pick up 7, leaving the 1-2-10. Christian picks up 1 out of 3 for an 8 count. Avery with a strike in the 10th frame. Garrett up now. Looks like the 6th frame maybe. Picks up 8. Leaves the 5-8. Springfield girls, spare attempt. Picks up 1 out of 3. Another strike for Avery, 2 in a row now. Garrett, spare attempt on lane 4, picks it up. Springfield with a strike in the 9th frame. Springfield boys trying to convert their spare here in lane 3, picks it up. And 9 count for Avery on her final ball in the 10th frame. Finishes with a 192. 9 count for the Springfield girls to start the 10th frame. Springfield boys split, go through the nose. Leaves the 4-7 and can't tell if that's the 9 or the 10. Or it might be the 4-6-7. Spare for the Springfield girls. Andrew Gallagher up for the boys, picks up 9, leaves the 10 pin. Springfield boys pick up 2 out of 3. Springfield girls get 6 more and finish with a 146.
Justin Food with the snack bar. Justin.
All right, 9 count for Luke. Leaves the 10 pin. And he missed the 10 pin. So an open frame for Napoleon. Sophia up for the girls. Baker game number 2. And she starts out with 7, leaves the 2, 4, and 7. Springfield gets 9 after a run of at least 3 strikes there. Springfield girls missed their spare opportunity, ends up with 2 pins for the first frame. And Sophia won't pick up any additional, so a 7 count in the first frame. Christian gets 8, leaves 2-8 on lane number 4. Springfield boys pick up their spare. Alexa Miller up now on lane number 7 for the girls. And Alexa leaves the 10-pin, pickup of 9. And a strike for Springfield, I believe. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, strike for Springfield to start the 10th frame. And a chop for Christian. Picks up 1 out of 2. So Napoleon's sitting at 120 in the, I believe that's the 8th frame. Alexa misses her spare opportunity on lane number 7. Another strike for Springfield boys in the 10th. And Christian demolishes the rack for a strike. Strike for the Lady Cats. That was by Avery. Andrew picks up 9 to start the 10th frame. Springfield girls miss another spare on lane number 8. I believe this is Kendall on lane 7 for the Lady Cats. She gets a strike, so 2 in a row now for the Lady Cats. Andrew, spare attempt. Picks up the 10-pin. He'll get 1 more in the 10th. Springfield boys finish up with 186 in Baker game number 2. Must not have been Avery that struck earlier, because Avery's up now. And Avery got 9 on her first ball, left the 10-pin. Pair of strikes for the Springfield girls on lane number 8. Avery picks up her spare. Andrew picks up 6 more, and the boys will finish with 156 in Baker game number 2. Right now I've got them leading 23-11 to 1886, leading by 425 pins. Sophia up, spare attempt. Picks up 1 out of 2. So in the 6th frame, we're sitting at 92. A spare for the Springfield girls in the 6th frame. Springfield got 8 on their first ball, left to 6-10. And they missed the spare. Alexa picks up 7 and splits.
Stephanie
leaves the 4, 5, and 7. And Luke picks up 3 out of 4 for a total of 9 in the first frame. Nine count for Springfield boys, leaving a 6-pin. Alexa picks up 2 out of 3 in the 7th, so sitting at 100. Springfield girls pick up 9, leave the 7-pin. Now that was her second ball, so they're sitting at 86 in the 7th. A Lily picks up 8, leaves the 4-7. Springfield boys pick up their spare. 8 count for Jacob on his first ball, and he chops that one, picking up 1 out of 2. And an 8 count for Springfield girls on lane 8. Lily misses her spare attempt, so she'll end up with 8 for the frame. Springfield boys pick up 7, leaving the 2-4-5. Fox guttered on his first ball. This will be his second spare attempt. Kendall picks up 9, and Fox gets the spare the hard way. Spare attempt from the Springfield girls is successful. Springfield boys pick up their spare on lane number 3. Andrew up now. Kendall picks up her spare. That's in the 9th frame. They're on Baker game number 2. Boys are on Baker game number 3. Andrew picks up 8. But he leaves the, looks like maybe the 7-10 split. All right, Springfield girls spare attempt, lane number 8, and they pick it up. Springfield with a pair of strikes on the boys' side at lane number 3. Garrett starts out with 9. Springfield picks up, looks like 6. Garrett, spare attempt, picks it up. Avery now, 10th frame for the girls, starts it out with a strike. Springfield girls got 9 to start the 10th, leaving a 10 pin. Spare attempt from Springfield boys. Pick us up 3 out of the 4. Luke up for the boys. And Luke gets a strike. Avery now, second ball, 10th frame, lane number 7. And she gets 8, leaves the 4-7. Springfield boys get 8 of them, leave 6-10. Jacob gets 7, leaves the 2-4-5. Springfield girls miss their spare opportunity, and with a 133 in Baker game number 2. Avery now, last ball, 10th frame. Picks it up for a 148. Jacob now, spare attempt on lane number 4 for the boys. And picks it up. All right, on the girls' side, I've got Napoleon girls 2056 to 1785 for Springfield, leading by 271 pins. And after 2 Baker games on the boys' side, the boys are ahead 23-11 to 1886, ahead by 425. And Fox gets 9, leaves a 6-pin standing. Springfield gets 7. leaving the 6-9-10. Brenna up things, or to get things started for the girls on Napoleon's side. That one goes high, pickup of 8, leaves the 2-4. Springfield chops, picks up 1 out of 3. Fox picks up his spare. Springfield goes high, leaves the 6-10 to start the 10th frame. Andrew bowling the 9th frame. Baker game number 3 gets 9, leaves a 10 pin. Springfield girls start out the 3rd Baker game with a strike. Brenna now spare attempt on lane 8. And she picks it up. Andrew now spare attempt, lane 4. Picks it up. So Springfield boys did pick up their spare. They get 1 more attempt in the 10th. And he picks up 8 more, which gives them a 151. Macy gets all 10 to drop for the strike, so a pair of strikes. Or no, I'm sorry, that's just 1 strike. That's the first strike in this 3rd Baker game for the Lady Cats. Seven count for Springfield girls on her first ball. Spare attempt on the way on lane 7. Garrett got 7 on his first ball and missed his spare attempt. So the boys will finish with 146. All right, Springfield gets all 10 to drop for a strike. All right, so unofficially I've got 24-57 to 20-37 on the boys' side. A victory of 420 pins. The boys averaged 189 as a team tonight. That's a combined individual and Baker average. Sophia picks up 1 out of 2 for an open frame. Another strike for the Springfield girls on lane number 7. That's a double up for them. Ariana Kiesling up now. And oh, I thought that was going to be a strike. It left the 10 pin. Wrap 10. Springfield girls up now. Left lane, lane 7. And another strike for Springfield. All right, so I had Baker games of 185, 156, and 146. Baker total was 47, 1970 for the individual games, adds up to 2457, averaging 189. So my scores in the coaches match. On Springfield side, Baker games of 102, 186, 151. Baker total was 439. Individuals was 1598. Adds up to 2037. So all right, 7 count for Napoleon, leaving a split. The 4-7-10. Springfield with 3 on their first ball will be up to bowl their spare. And she'll pick up 1 more. So they're sitting at 95 in the 6th. Nice attempt by Avery there. Picks up 2 out of the 3. So sitting at 74 4, I believe, in the 5th. 8 count for Springfield. Looks like the 4-5 left. Brenna coming in light, picks up 5. Leaves the 1, 3, 6, 7, and 9. Springfield picks up 1 out of 2, so they're sitting at 104, it looks like in the 7th. Brenna now, spare attempt. This is on lane number 8. And she picks up 2 out of the 5 remaining for a total of 7. They're sitting at 81 in the 6th. Seven count for Springfield girls, leaving the 1, 2, 4. 6 count for Macy, leaving the bucket, the 2, 4, 5, and 8. Springfield picks up their spare. Macy now, spare attempt on lane 8. And she'll pick up 2 out of the 4 for an 8 count. So they're sitting at 89 in the 7th. Nine count for Springfield girls on the first ball in the 9th frame. Looks like a 4-pin left. And Sophia with a strike. That coming in the 8th frame. Springfield picks up their spare in the 9th frame. Ariana Kiesling up in the 9th frame for the Lady Cats. And a strike for Ari. So double up for the Lady Cats. They'll bring up Avery Badenhop to close things out. Springfield up to start their 10th frame. And a strike for Springfield. Avery, first ball, 10th frame. That one goes high, pickup of 8, leaves the 3-6. Springfield now, second ball, 10th frame. And gets the 7 to wobble, but it won't go down, so a 9 count for Springfield. Avery now, spare attempt, got it. So she'll get one more in the 10th. All right, last ball for Springfield. Trying to pick up the spare here. Difference between 162 and 163. And she picks it up for 163. So that brings Springfield to a total of 1958. They had 442 in the Bakers, 1506 in the individuals. Avery picked up 6 on her last ball, finishing with a 153. So that gives them a total of 2209. Let's get these on the screen first. Make sure that these are up. All right, so 2209, 1716 in the individual, 493 in the Bakers. Girls averaged 169.92 for the day, individuals and Bakers. And it gives them the victory by 261 pins. So your boys and your girls are victorious in conference play today. I want to thank everybody for joining the live stream today. Like I said, I'll look back over this. If we need to, we'll try and get the recording posted so that there's a good quality copy up on the web page or on the YouTube page. We've got another match coming up on Monday, a home match. And we're getting into the end of the season, the heart of the season. A couple more matches, and I think February 4th will be the NLL Conference finals. And then starting after that on Valentine's Day, February 14th, and then I believe 15th, that Thursday and Friday, will be sectional tournament. We're already looking at state. So keep an eye on the YouTube page, keep an eye on the live stream, keep bringing them to you. All right, look over the girls' match here real quick. So 2209, 1948. All the numbers look like they match. 1716, 493, 1506, 442. All right. Hope everybody has a good afternoon and evening. And as always, go Wildcats.
Wildcat bowlers and parents in the lounge for